I think that's all for navigating year 12. I think we've got some really good learning points for everyone at home, plus ourselves. I think I've learned a lot about time management and whether I've bitten off more than I can chew. But yeah, so let's move on to answering the inbox. So I've got the 3 questions here. Abim, stay on as well. We'll ask you these as well. So Anirudh and Abim. First question from answering the inbox. Thank you very much for everyone who sent their questions in. We'll answer them again in 2 weeks' time. What do people misunderstand about you the most? So what is that one big misconception about you which you think people give? It's a bit of a...
Should I go? Okay. I think because I get so involved in in like the kind of like extracurricular scope, like doing music and drama, a lot of people don't think that I focus on my work, like academics, as much. I think especially LinkedIn has like I've done a lot this summer academically. I did like a 2-week course which I was able to go on a scholarship because I did an essay competition. I'm also like going to do a prize giving ceremony at Brasenose College at Oxford because I won another like video essay competition. I think a lot of people really misunderstood that I care about academia in a way, and that because I'm so prominent in one aspect of life, they didn't think I had that balance, which was definitely true of me this time last year for sure. But I feel like a lot of people only see that side to me, which is definitely something I want to kind of change.
Sort of like the public eye in that sense. Public, yeah. Anirudh, what about yourself?
I have no clue. Wait, why don't you make assumptions about me, and then I'll see if they're true or not.
You're a dopey sausage sometimes.
That is very true.
It's a difficult one because I think it sort of takes someone who says something like really weird about you that you don't actually understand. But it's fine. We have 2 more questions, so we can go through those as well. What's your favorite trip, whether it's a school trip or holiday? What's your favorite trip that you've taken outside of this country? Okay, I can see you're both thinking. So while you're both thinking, I'll give my answer. Mine is if it's a school trip, it's probably to Barcelona. In year 8 we went, so that's 2018. I want to say, yeah, 2018. That was just my favorite school trip because we went to a flamenco show, we went to New Camp, we went to the Sagrada de Familia. It was just a really nice trip, and like just bonding with your year, especially at a young age, was really nice. But then like in terms of personal holiday, probably like either the one I just went on to Tanzania and Zanzibar, or Mexico, just because Mexico, all inclusive, Cancun, lovely, just great vibes. But yeah, what about yourselves?
I think my favorite trip with the school, I mean, I've only been on one trip abroad with the school, and that was to Italy. We went to Naples.
Yes.
It was a classics trip. It was actually really cool. I think I went in year 8, so that was like
2017. Yeah,
2017, something like that. Yeah, that was a really fun trip. We got to see like where the volcano erupted and like the ashes and how they settled, which is really cool. We got to walk around. We had like take pizza every day, which got a little boring after a while. But the way they make it in Italy is so different to how they make it like kind of in the UK. Like you see Domino's, and that's all you're used to when you go to Italy. You're like, oh wait, this is actually how pizza was supposed to be made. Like we even got to see a Roman wood fire oven where they would like make pizza or other amount of foods, which is awesome. And then I'd say my favorite trip in general, like outside of school, was my trip to Jamaica in the summer of 2012. Oh my gosh, the vibes were insane. I think that was the year it was Jamaica 1, Jamaica 2, Jamaica 3 it was either the 200 or 100 meters.
Yeah. Johan Blake and Usain Bolt.
They just murked it completely.
Like it was insane. Like it was like we were at a hotel and everyone was watching the screen like at the bar, and it was Jamaica 1, 2, 3. Everyone was screaming it erupt. Everyone had their ginger beer in their hat. It was insane. I would love to go back to Jamaica. Like the whole trip was just such a vibe.
That is sick. That is so sick. Yeah, Caribbean and South America, the only 2 places I haven't explored yet, which is definitely on my bucket list. But yeah, Anirudh, what about yourself?
I think my favorite trip was when we went to a family wedding in Slovenia. But after that, we went for a road trip. We went to Verona, Vienna, Venice, and Salzburg, so Austria and Italy. And that was just pure vibes, as they say. Yeah, that was really fun.
That's very sick. Okay, and then the last question we've got from our listeners is, if you were to write a book about something tomorrow, anything in the world, what would your book be on? And it can be fiction or non-fiction. Yeah,
It would be.
good question. Give a bit of time to think.
What would you write your book on?
Okay, now you've put me on the spot. What would I write my book on? I'd probably just do like a ranking of the top like 20 basketball players of all time and my opinion and why I think my list is correct. That's probably it. Because I know my list would probably get a lot of hate because Kobe isn't in my top 3, but you know, like it's all right. But yeah, I think that's it'd probably be something to do with like productivity and basketball, like the link between there, because I think there is a link. Stephen Bartlett had Tim Grover, who coached Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant to their victories. So I think exploring that link between how productivity in real life and productivity in sports is achieved would be quite interesting. So yeah,
I'd probably write a book about like, I feel like it'll be really interesting to write a book like an underground society that's disconnected from the world. Like, I did my personal research project on like targeted advertising. You know how you like make a search and it's like, oh, do you want to accept these cookies? These cookies are basically files that track your activity, and they're like insane. I mean, like I didn't realize how like in depth they were, but a cookie can literally track like what your mouse hovers over. Like, let's say you don't even click on an ad, you can hover over it and it will bank that and then
crazy.
basically send that and sell your information to other people who can then recommend the stuff you didn't even click on but hovered over, which was insane. And I
Is
think
that
I'd
why
write
when
a
I'm
book.
searching for something on Google and then on my YouTube recommended ads, I've got all of this stuff that I didn't even know that I was really looking forward to. That is mental. What?
Yeah, I was on a house party in lockdown. I remember it to this day. My friend had a periodic table with actual elements in it. So it would have like aluminium, it would have other elements in it. And I was like, that's really cool. I might get one of those. I'm scrolling through Snapchat, not even 2 hours later, and I see an ad for I've never even searched for this thing in my life. I see an ad for this same periodic table to the T. It's exactly the same.
That
And
is
it's just
mental.
on my screen. I'm just like, what? So I think it would be really cool to explore the idea of people who are just kind of, as some would say, I guess, outside the matrix in terms of like completely disconnected from the internet, not being tracked, as if these people don't exist, and explore that. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. Anirudh?
I think I would do one on like maybe debunking common myths. So things like people think Ford invented the car, when I think it was Benz, or I don't know. There's a really common one that says Albert Einstein is bad at maths or something, or wasn't good at maths. But like, I think if when people think about it, the guy was used maths and applied it to physics, so he wasn't that bad after all. But yeah, just something along those lines.